Welcome back to the Unprofessional Footballer Podcast. We've got a quick one here. We've got Dylan from Sports Levels.
Yep.
Dylan, tell us what you're doing over here.
So I'm currently coming here for my off-season camp, working with professional players back in the UK, and we've come for obviously hot weather training, where the facilities are really nice and a bit different to London. So it's the first time me doing a camp overseas, which I really enjoyed. I've had a few local boys that play for the national team that's always joined in as well. So it's quite nice, and it's a different perspective of our training aspect as well. So it's nice to be here.
First things, what are your initial thoughts of Malta as a country?
It's hot, it's noisy, a lot of construction happening. But I always say, like, even in a training sense, if you can train with the noise happening in there, when you get into a match situation, it's going to be basic.
You just channel out the noise naturally. It's good, especially when you're talking about the players that you're working with in England. They're playing in front of big crowds. It gets noisy in the stadiums.
Yeah, it's much worse than someone drilling into a building.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you that. But it's one of the things that a lot of the locals complain about is the noise, just because, again, it's June, it's tourist season now. And the amount of construction over here right now, people are just like, why don't we do it in the winter? Because during the winter, nothing.
Yeah, I know. It's funny you saying that, because like even the other day when I came, like it was like I think like 11 o'clock in the evening, and we was coming back from dinner. I was thinking there's construction work happening there. Like it's proper. It doesn't stop whatsoever. 24 hours. And
the amount of people that will like rent hotels looks really nice in the pictures. You wake up next morning, you got massive crane drilling at 6, 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, literally, it's just, I think but in general, as you said, like the country itself, more, it's amazing.
It's beautiful. And the weather, the weather like this pretty much year round. Yeah. Like you get occasional spells of rain.
Yeah, and especially coming from London as well. Obviously, absolutely love London, but in the summer, I say that this week is probably going to be.
It's a heat wave, right? Every time I'm away from England, it gets sunny.
I think I'm going to catch it, which is nice. I don't know if it's going to be that nice because I'm going to be coaching in it, but it's always just nice to have nice weather.
You fly back Saturday, right?
Yeah, so I go back Saturday morning, and then I'm straight back into coaching on the
How long have you been here for total?
So I came here on the Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday, once I came in here, I went down to the Urban Zone, which is an amazing gym here where a lot of the athletes work, and we just had a little chat in there, went for a little bit of a coffee. I'm not really a coffee person. I don't drink hot drinks. It's so weird. Everyone around me does, so I always just
Do you know what? I developed it in Malta. Until Malta, I never drank coffee. Came over here, I'm like 5 espressos a day now.
I just can't. You know what it is? I just said to myself, as long as I don't get into it, I won't take coffee as much as
it's almost like placebo effect now. Like you just have to take it to make yourself trick your brain into thinking
it's psychological. I just say literally, I used to think the same thing, like, oh, Red Bull punts me, but I just say in my head, as long as I get some H2O in me, I feel some good weather, especially in this weather as well, when it's so hot. I feel like
water's the most important thing.
But you do need some taste. So like with the Gatorade and stuff, it is nice just to give that little sweetness.
I figured after seeing you training out there, I was like, let me get in something.
Honestly, it's tough. Because it's funny, like a lot of the people I'm sure from the outside, it's oh gosh, those players are getting run into the ground. Our coach is tough, etc. I'm thinking, no one's ever going to think about me. I'm still there having to bring as much energy, because if I'm going into a session, like you set the tempo for your session for the players. If they come into your session, and they're seeing you fatigued and lazy and there's no energy in there, it's just going to feed off it. But then if you're coming with some energy, I always say to the players, as much as I put on the session, I'm going to bring some energy. But at the same time, I want you to bring even more than that, because the main thing is when I'm setting up these sessions, it's all about development. Yeah, that's the most important thing. How can I improve these players, not just physically and mentally, but just in their everyday life? Like that's so important, because a lot of things happen in this world, good, bad, unfortunate. A lot of people, especially in the football field and fitness field, it's a tough game. It's up and down. One day you're at the top, next day you're at the bottom thinking, hold on, everything was going well for me, everyone wanted me.
Where do I go from here?
Literally all the friends I was around were by my side. Now I'm looking at my phone, I'm waking up, instead of getting 15 missed calls in the morning, I'm getting 1 missed call, and it's probably from EEs talking about, can you change your data package, etc. So it is obviously like, I've been around loads of people that's had the ups and downs, and I've seen it. I've been with them when they're down, I've been with them when they're up. But I always say my main thing is can I make them the best possible individual they can? Whether it's in football, whether it's the fitness side, whether it's just the personal training side, young girls and boys, and obviously older athletes, parents. And I think that's the most important thing when it gets into this type of field of work, because it's not just about, what you're doing, it's how you're impacting people.
Yeah.
I said, if I can impact 0.0001% in this world, I've done my job. So at least everyone knows, like, when you hear Dylan, when you hear sports levels, there's a certain reputation it has of, listen, if Dylan comes, he's not just there to work you physically, mentally, he's there to help you in your everyday life.
Give you a little energy boost.
You need it, because don't get me wrong, I sometimes have days as well, like, I don't want to roll out of bed.
Yeah.
You know, I'm feeling tired, and I'm like, you know what, get up, take a step forward.
Exactly, small steps when you're feeling bad.
And literally, it'll happen as well. And it's like, you never know, even when I'm traveling through London, I always say, try to walk with a smile on your face, because you never know what someone else is going through.
It's the one thing I always bothers me about England. Yeah. Everyone is so vexed all the time.
I think everyone's just trying to get to their destination. That's what it is. And I always say to everyone, the journey is so important to understand. Like, whether you're going to work, whether you're going to football, whether you're going to training, whether you're going to get a snack to eat, etc. The journey is so important. And then I think translating that into life is also important. Like, a lot of people you see in not just football specifically, but in the world will get to a certain destination, and because their journey didn't teach them how to maintain that destination, how to be strong.
Do not know how to cope with it once they get there. It just goes straight
away. And then you see others who go for a longer journey. Yeah. They get to that destination.
They appreciate it much more.
They're strong. They're understanding, how do I deal with this, because they've been through so much. And I always say, like, no one's problem is bigger than others. Of course, you might see it. It depends how you see it.
It's relative to the individual.
Literally.
Everyone's dealing with different things.
Yeah, because I used to think, oh my gosh, like, this is tough for me. I'm thinking their problem might be little, but to them, it's massive. And you just got to appreciate it and say, do you know what? In what way can I help?
Exactly.
And that's the most important thing.
It's the sort of mindset that you think if the whole world had that, oh my God, things would be so much better for everyone. Like, there's just so much conflict and dispute for unnecessary reasons. Like you said, you don't really know what other people are going through. That journey to work, you might bump shoulders with someone. You have no idea what they're going through that day.
They're just tired. They're just feeling sluggish.
Done with life. Yeah. That one little interaction, if you're negative towards them, takes them over the edge, and suddenly you got a big situation on your hands.
And I always say that as well. Like, I've always spoke to friends and families and, like, people just in their everyday life, and my everyday life, and said, like, it's so crazy when you think of it. You're just on a tube or the bus or just walking, and you're walking past loads of people. You don't know their name. Yeah. You don't know their day. You don't know if they're happy or sad. And I say, there's that one smile of appreciation, or you're welcome, or thank you, having some manners about you. It can just make someone think, oh, do you know what? That's quite nice. Like, okay, that person say thank you. Oh, you okay? Yeah, good. You might not get into a massive conversation with them, but it just, I think, saying those little words, especially when someone might just be thinking, I'm absolutely done. They're seeing, there's still hope in the world. And I think that's so important with everything you do.
Do you know what I find incredible as well? It's always those little interactions you have where you discover something about someone that suddenly, it might not be immediate, but down the line, that's that contact that you can go to when you've suddenly got a big idea or something that you need, and suddenly you've got that crossover.
Yeah, I always say, I think, as I said, I think networking is so important.
So important.
It's so important.
I mean, that's why I reached out. It's like one of those things, passing moment. I know you're here for a couple of days. I'm like,
why not? Yeah, even myself, when obviously I've seen the message, I was just like, why not? Like, what's the harm in going to do it? It's always nice to meet new people. It's always nice to network. It's always nice to expand your, obviously, field of work. And I'm in Malta. I'm going to probably be in Malta a few more times, because it's I was going to ask,
is this something you're going to want to do kind of in an ongoing way?
I do think in the longer scheme of things, it's about seeing, obviously, I've got some things in mind. It's about seeing how I can help in a sense. Yeah. Because I do think Malta is a good footballing country. I do think the way the structure's going in terms of, like, the setup is amazing. Before I even came here, I'd done a lot of research. You look at the national team, very good. I feel like the way everyone's starting to watch Malta as well is getting better and bigger. And it's just like, I always say, when you're in places where you can impact, which right now for me is London, but I don't know what the future holds. it's always amazing to look at it. And I say, can I look at doing more stuff in the summer here, in the off season here, in international breaks?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. The fact that Malta's so good weather, like throughout the year, it becomes such a popular destination. You already have a lot of national teams doing their international camps over here. They get use of the massive training facility they've got at Ali.
Yeah, so that's the thing, because obviously right now, the only thing it'll be a bit difficult is Astro, but the Astro are absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
But obviously, as you know, the higher the players are, they literally prefer grass.
Yeah, they need grass.
But I know there is some grass towards the National Stadium.
Yeah, so you've got the National Stadium is like a hybrid. You've got grass pitches laid out that are training fields that all of the teams will come and use when they're coming from abroad for their training camps.
I think I'll be looking at that soon. They'll probably hear about me soon and probably look to get in contact. Hopefully.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest. It's because it's such a small country.
Yeah.
And everyone in the football world, I've always said, you play one season over here, you know literally the whole football industry.
That's what a lot of the boys were telling me as well. There's just like, oh, I know X, Y, Z. I was like, how? Like, because it's so small. What is it, about 50,000?
There's 500k people during the winter, and then when it gets to summer, there's 1.5 mil. Like, it triples, and that's why it's so busy and the construction makes such a big deal.
That's great, honestly. How long does it normally take them to finish this construction? Because I feel like...
Too long.
Yeah, is that...
So I think there's actually laws in place that from I think it's July and August, they're not actually allowed to do it, which is why they're all rushing now to try and get it done.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to finish anytime soon.
No. But again, I think because this is a bit outwards of the tourist areas, it's okay. But when you get to the St. Julian's, Melillas, they don't want you doing work in July and August because there were so many complaints from tourists saying
which understandably it makes sense, because if you're staying in a hotel and all you can hear is drilling 24/7, they're going to be thinking, I don't
want to come back here.
That's what it is. And obviously I think here is massive for tourists to come.
They really rely on it. They've got two big industries over here for kind of economy. It's iGaming and tourists.
Yeah, and that's amazing as well, to be fair. There's loads of things I haven't really got to explore it just because I've been working, and my priority once I've been here is to be working, and obviously I have to go back to the hotel, plan all the sessions, etc., and then get ready to the next day. So it's just it goes so quick. You go from session, a break. My break is just to go on the laptop, look at the sessions, see what I'm doing next, see how can I add in a little bit as well, because sometimes you plan a session and think, from the first session I feel like
I need to just adjust this a little bit
more type of thing, and then you end up going into there. So it is, as I said, this is something
non-stop.
Yeah, no, honestly, and I've been building it. I've done a lot of off-season camps in London.
Yeah.
I've worked with a lot of young and older athletes.
I saw some of the futsal stuff you've been doing on the
so that's so obviously I always say at a younger age it's so important to look at your ball mastery.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people I don't know, it's they want to do the skills, but I'm saying start them with the basics.
Exactly.
Let them understand the touches and
just manipulating the ball with different parts of the foot, understanding how important the sole of the foot can be, because no one uses it at a young age.
And also as well, what I realised is when you're doing these things, it's it becomes muscle memory. In a match, so someone will play it to you, touch, roll, play. And then even when I'm talking to the younger boys and girls and explaining, when you're doing inside, you might do 200 inside and think, why am I doing it? When the ball comes to you and you're touching it inside, it then becomes, I'm used to that touch. I know the weight of the pass that I can control or how I control it. When you're passing the ball in, when you're shooting, I always, especially with the younger ones, even the older ones, I say to them, sometimes you've got to treat a shot as a hard pass. Because a lot of people think, I'm going to shoot, but then I need to change the way I'm going to hit it. And they overthink it, and then they're missing shots, it's going over. And I'm like,
placement is so important.
Honestly, I think when you look at the top athletes, of course, everyone misses some, you score some, miss some. No one's going to score every single shot they have in their career.
Most goals are rolled into bottom corners. Literally, they just see the keepers too far.
Of course, they have the advantage of it's carpet, because I do say when you're in, as I say, the lower leagues, for example, some pitches are amazing, and then some during the winter might just carp a little bit. So, which is tough, but I just say, honestly, just be composed when you're doing it. Relax, treat it as a hard pass, pick your corners, and go for it. When you're doing it, believe. Do you know what? I'm 1v1. I've already seen my celebration.
Yeah.
And once you start to put that, I'm determined to always be punishing the keeper and putting it in the back of the net when I get the opportunity to.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that's going to happen. And honestly, all of the attackers I train, that's their mindset. I've always said I'm so big on mindset. That's their mindset. If you ask any of them, like when you're with Coach Dylan, sports levels, like what's your mindset? Listen, I always say I'll always be their biggest supporter. Of course, you have their family and their friends and their partners, etc. I say I always support you as much as anyone else.
Mentality youngsters.
And I say, but don't let me believe in you more than you believe yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's where...
Confidence-wise, it's such a big deal. It's a confidence sport. You have to drill into players, regardless of how you're playing. You have to feel like you're the best player on the pitch in terms of what you do. So do it. Like go on, trust your ability, and don't pull out the stuff. Because you see so many people, they'll take a little bit off a pass because they're unsure about it.
Yeah, well, that's a mindset thing. I think
I've got to teach players like trust yourself and trust your teammate's going to be able to control it. Like zing the ball at him. Make him control it.
Yeah, no, honestly, I totally agree. But also as well, what I've realised is, don't get me wrong, sometimes you can have the most elite mentality, but sometimes, end of the day, everyone's human.
Yeah.
So I think it gets to those days where you just need to just regroup yourself, refine yourself, and find that pattern you have. Like, I feel like life is just a massive cycle at the moment in time. Like for some, let's just say, if in a non-league industry, you're going, waking up, having some breakfast, going to work. If you can, after work, you might get a quick gym session. You go to training, get ready for work the next day. It's done. And then, as I say, even in professional industries, like you go training, after training, you're so fatigued. You get back, you get a nap, you wake up, you're thinking, some of, as I said, 90% of their mates might not be in football world. So it's like, okay, he or she's at work, I've got to wait. Yeah. What can I do next? Go. And I think it's so tough in a way to balance it, but you just have to find that balance, which is so important because I just say, like, with football, sometimes people can get lost and the support you need to give every individual is so important.
There's a lot of sacrifice involved. Yeah. No matter what level you're at, you're always trying to push a little bit further.
Yeah, and that's what it is as well.
The diet, the routine, the lifestyle, the constant working out, trying to keep your body at absolute optimum.
Yeah.
That's what took its toll on me.
Enjoying the hard work. Like I always say to the girls I train, the younger girls, when we're going through our sessions, because I normally train about 3 times a week. Amazing. Like some of them, big things to come. They are under 10s. There's one under 10s because all my stuff is performance training. It's group training. How can I make them the best individual they can with, as I said before, all the ball manipulation, all the ball mastery stuff. And then there's the under 14 girls, mixed under 14s, under 13s. Amazing. And I'm always like to them, like, become the best player you can. Like I always go watch their games because they're different teams, obviously. I try to support as much as possible, really connect with their parents. Ask their parents, like, feel free to call me whenever. Yeah. And it's lovely because you get that relationship with them, and like the parents and myself are so close because we've got excellent relationship, communication, and then also it makes it easier for the girls to come up to me at any point and be like, Coach Dylan, what do you think about this? Like I went to watch one of the other girls the other day and she was like to me, what do you think I could have done better? And I said, honestly, you done everything right until you got in front of goal and you just thought, and I was just like, all you had to do is pass it into the net. It's so important. You just pass it into the net. The keeper's giving you both sides to go, but in your head, you've got your head down and say, let me lever this. And the keeper hasn't had to make a save. You've basically hit it into her. Yeah. But as I say, it's a learning curve because when you hear that and you see they're so comfortable to approach you and ask you of a way to improve, you think, that's
rewarding as well. Even as a coach, it's always the most rewarding part when the parents are constantly sending you videos. Oh, look at the technique they just did today. Honestly, that was you did that for them.
Yeah, blah, blah, and blah. Honestly, I think that's when I see that, and for me, it's just the smile you see in their face. Like sometimes when I'm walking around the area in London, I'm coaching, and I bump into mums, dads, cousins, sisters, brothers, everyone, like aunties, granddads, aunties, and I see them and like, the utmost, because of our relationship, it's like straight away, everything, hi Dylan, how are you? Yeah. And sometimes I might be having 10 minutes, but I'm like, do you know, I'm going to use these 9 minutes, pardon me, I'm going to catch up. And it's just so amazing because it's like, I needed that chat as much as you needed. And I think
remind you why you're doing it.
Literally, and I think sometimes is a lot of the parents may see me and I'm walking, etc. And regardless, I would say every parent, no matter who it is, when they see me, it's always like, how are you? Even if it's 30 seconds, which is so nice. But sometimes people might not know, I needed that chat as much as you. I was just there with my headphones walking because especially in my field of work, the way I'm coaching, I don't coach with a team. I'm more coaching as an individual and I do group session performance training, which is obviously, again, small groups. In the future, I hope to work all over the world, just like I'm doing here. I have to visualize it, being like a mobile coach. I'm here 1 week, then I'm in another country in Europe, and just, as I say, impacting the world with my coaching. God willing, that will happen in the future. It's just all about marketing.
No, that's it. I think you're on the right track. This sort of stuff that you're doing here is
honestly,
the foundations for it. Now you make connections in one country and then start looking at the next one, and eventually you have a portfolio of countries where all the players know you.
Which is so important as well because...
couple of minutes.
So it's so important because they, like all the networking side of stuff, it's so.
Do you know what it is as well? The fact that the way football industry works, especially at the lower ends of the professional system, you've got players jetting all over the world. Suddenly you've got a player that you coached when they were in Malta, now they're in somewhere like Estonia, and they give you a ring, a couple of my boys want to train, can you come out here?
Honestly, I've just had 2 boys I train go over to Thailand. Amazing. One's doing his second season there. I went there to see him last August. I went South Korea, Japan, Thailand. Japan went to see him. I just thought, while I'm here, let me just pop over to Japan. So it was amazing.
Long flight.
Even when I went to Thailand, it was just like, the way it was when I got there, obviously we didn't do training, it was more obviously the player becomes a great mate of mine, and it's just being there. I remember being there and it's just like, I know no matter what, he just feels so happy I'm here. Even though he might be stubborn and be like, oh gosh, like he might not say nothing. Just when he comes in, it's like, he's calling me, I'm like, I'm coming back from training, do you want anything? We're chilling out, we're laughing, watching videos, like, I kid you not, we're watching Samuel Jackson movies. Absolutely, like we both love Bernie Mac. He's a comedian, obviously passed away, old school comedian, amazing. And we both watched that, and it was just amazing. Like even when I was leaving, I was like, do I have to go? And it just showed you, like you do, because you have to
build those connections with people.
You have to network with your friends and build those connections. And even for himself, he's just like, any help you need here. I might not know everyone, but any connections or opportunities or networking.
Do you know what it is as well? It's especially for these players that are going to places like Thailand where there's a bit of a language barrier.
Yeah, that's the toughest thing.
They feel isolated.
Yeah.
And when they are leaving everything that's comfortable for them and going to play on the other side of the world, just having that little bit of home with them when you come over to visit.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Helps them settle in so much quicker, feel like, okay, this is why I'm doing this is why I'm here. Like,
so like even when I went there, I took like a little bit like, so hay fever type of thing. And just him seeing like, oh, this is back home, it's from our pharmacy and stuff like that, being used to it's amazing. And that's why every time I go to see one of the boys I train overseas, I always say to them, let me know.
Tell me what you want.
Literally,
like,
even
I'll come through with a suitcase full of shit.
Literally. And I say, even if it's the tiniest thing, like you want a bread that from a specific shop, you want a sandwich that you always get, you want a tuna can or that salmon from obviously the salmon might go out of date or be a bit mangy while I get there, but I'm sure you're going to eat it up the same way. So it's going to be like that, to be fair.
Right, bro, I don't want to hold you too much longer. How much time you got?
I
think we'll probably start closing it off now,
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'll probably have to.
I think the camera's going to switch off in 5 minutes anyway, so we'll go through the end of it.
I'll probably have to leave.
So what's next for you then? Just going back to England and cracking on back there?
So I go back to the UK. Obviously this week I was meant to have my girls sessions. We just postponed it for a week. So go back to the UK, get back to coaching.
Pre-season's usually quite busy. Oh, I mean, it's off-season now, so you're going to have a lot of bookings.
So what is with a lot of the boys and girls, some will be in and out, which is quite nice because it gives a good balance. And then the younger athletes I have, the girls and boys, are still in school, so I have them after school.
Yeah.
During the day, I'm training some parents, so I'm going to be training them. I go to their house, we do a bit of personal training stuff, S&C stuff, fitness stuff, which is nice. And then also, as I said, just building, planning, seeing where the next step is.
How much footage did you get from the trip over here?
Oh, loads of content. Yeah, I had my photographer with me, David Boncali, amazing photographer. So he came over with me and we got loads of footage, and also obviously working with the Urban Zone. Kim done some video stuff, which obviously you'll also see on my Instagram.
Where can people find you? What's the Instagram?
At Sports Levels on Instagram.
I'll put it up on the screen as well. That way people can find you.
This is my lovely top that's quite sweaty at the moment. So it's quite nice, and I'll probably be back here next month. As I said, I'm training a few of the younger boys. We're doing a little bit of a small session here because I want them to work with the S&C stuff and the pitch stuff, which will be amazing. So I'm back here in July.
We'll shoot over the details. I'll get it shared out because we've got a big network of the footballers over here. So
and then
if there's any extra spaces going, I'm sure people will
let you know. As I said, I'm going to be here, so I'm going to run a camp for... It's going to be like 12 to 15-year-olds.
Okay. Do you know what dates?
It's going to be 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 21st.
Okay, cool.
25th.
I'll be over here at the same time.
Yeah.
So I will link up with you again and get something recorded.
It's amazing. Thank you so much for having me, by the way.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you've got a busy schedule. Tried to catch you before you left.
As I said, the main thing is we've got it over the line, and it's important.
Exactly.
As I said, in the future, we look at, do you know what, this is the first one we've done.
I'm trying to branch my content back into the UK now because I've been away for so long. I just moved back to the UK about 6 months ago. Yeah. So now starting to build the brand over there as well. So
you'll get it.
Yeah, just again, when I saw you over here, I was like, it's a great way to branch some of the stuff back over.
You're Brit in Malta, you can't lose that, to be fair. But yeah, so
appreciate you coming on, man.
You're welcome, brother. Thank you so much for having me.
And enjoy.
Yes, thank you.